It is most definitely not always a good day out on the water. As can be seen from these images from the Taittinger Regatta last week and the images we're about to see in this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. Our first incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to the White Marlin Open, where unbelievably on the first day of the event, one of the vessels that was involved in the competition actually began to take on water and started to sink. The vessel Not Stressing, seen in the background sinking here, began to take on water approximately 60 miles off the Virginia coast. Fortunately for this crew, another vessel that was in the competition, the Fishbone Sports Fishing Team, was in the area and was able to assist the Coast Guard with their rescue. A post on the White Marlin Open Facebook page gave a big thanks to the Fishbone crew who helped save the day for some anglers who had to abandon ship approximately 60 miles offshore, also stating that everyone is safe and they were thankful for their kindness. Their kindness will also be rewarded by the White Marlin crew, as they're going to allow the Fishbone team an extra day of fishing due to their heroic efforts. All 6 of the crew members who were on board the Not Stressing were successfully plucked from the water. There's still no word at this time though as to what exactly led up to the sinking of this vessel. Our next incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Tokyo in the 2020 Summer Olympic Games, where this was the scene for the men's triathlon when all of a sudden there was a bizarre false start. Somehow somebody fired the start gun when one of the camera boats was still in the way, blocking approximately half the competitors from being able to enter the water. The event created mass confusion amongst the competitors as half of them dove right in and started swimming. And the disadvantage for some of these guys is they exerted all this energy right up front only to have to do a restart after this. They're still working on trying to figure out exactly what caused this premature start, but fortunately nobody was injured here. They were able to get all the competitors back onto the platform and relaunch this event, in which Norway's Christian Bumfelt won gold in the event. Our next incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Lake Lanier, Georgia, where a few people were out on a boat enjoying a fun day when all of a sudden things went drastically wrong. This is recently released footage of an event that happened on Lake Lanier a few weeks back when 4 people were out on their vessel and all of a sudden the boat exploded. The event occurred in the area of Big Creek Park on the south end of Lake Lanier. Authorities said that there were 4 people on board the vessel, 2 adults and 2 juveniles, who all had to evacuate into the water once the vessel exploded. Unfortunately, the 2 adults on board the vessel did suffer burn injuries and had to be transported to local area hospitals. Fortunately, as seen here, Good Samaritan vessels were in the area and were able to assist in pulling this crew out of the water. Hall County Fire Services was called onto the scene and was able to get the fire under control and put out approximately 1 hour after it started. The cause of the fire at this time is still under investigation by authorities. Our next incident to make the boating news is going to show you that the unexpected could happen when you're reporting the news.
Money, and it'll destroy thousands of acres of wildlife.
This is news reporter Jacob Emerson, who happened to be shooting a news report over at Lake Springfield about a city's proposed plan to build another lake called Hunter Lake. And as he was wrapping up his report, they just happened to catch a truck sinking at the boat ramp. Emerson's reaction to this video is absolutely priceless, as he was unaware this was going on behind him. Emerson noticed the action behind him and directed the cameraman to film the scene. They wound up witnessing this entire white truck sink into Lake Springfield. Fortunately, there was nobody in the vehicle at the time and no injuries were reported, but still a wild scene just to happen to catch as they're filming the news. Our next incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us up to Cape Cod, Massachusetts, where this week a coyote actually chased a woman from the dunes down to the water's edge. She wound up grabbing a stick to try to defend herself, thinking the coyote would eventually just leave. But unfortunately for her, this coyote had other things in mind. This event went on for almost 10 minutes. These video images were actually caught by 2 fishermen in a boat just off the beach. They began to inch their boat closer to the beach to give her an escape route, which she wound up taking after the fishermen began banging on the hull of the boat to make loud noise to eventually scare the coyote off. That's definitely one exciting way to end a walk on the beach. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Lee Gallagher, Adam Dutch Durham, Sarah Stafford, Mike Fudenberg, and Eric Black did this week. And if you haven't already, guys, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.